mu busirikale bwa poliisi nva kuweerezamu emyaka 26 ate mu sensitive office eno ya community liaison office ng'ekwasaganya abantu ba bulijjo ne poliisi. Naye kye nalabamu nga poliisi oba gavumenti eno teri transparent, etambuliza nnyo ebintu ebisinga ku bulimba. Lwakuba mu biseera bye mbeeredde mu poliisi nga ndi mu community liaison, kimbeeredde kizibu nnyo okulaba nti okukyusa ekifaananyi ku ebyo abantu ba bulijjo bye balaba poliisi ng'ebakola. Naye nga bw'ogenda ku radio olinga kata ali kusiiga langi ennyumba etanaba kukubibwa ki pulasta. So nendaba nti mulimu okubiikirira ate tebali transparency ennyo. Naye n'ekirala, abuse of human rights. Bwendabira ddala engeri gye babeera nga bali kukwatamu abantu ba bulijjo babakwata nga batali bannayuganda. Naye ogenda okulaba nga gwe bw'otunuulira omwogezi wa poliisi ng'ate kya ripooti nga kibeera kirala ku ekyo ekikoleddwa.
Ku kkulu bya media olunaku olwaleero tusinzidde wano ku Elgon Region Headquarters oba Regional Block etudde mu kibuga ky'e Mbale, era ng'ekituleese wano ku lunaku olwokutaano kinejjukirwa nti ku mukutu gwaffe guno twakuleetera emboozi eya constable oba yali constable wa poliisi ng'ono ye Rogers Muliro, ng'ono yalekulira poliisi ng'agamba nti yali temusasudde nga bwe yali asuubirako bye yali agikoledde, era nga mu bino byagikolera mwe mwali okuba amasasi 27 ne guruneti emu ng'agezaako okutaasa emmundu 27 bwe yali akyali mu saavisi. Wabula agamba nti ne bwe yagezaako okuba nti ng'ajjanjabwa nga akubiddwa amasasi ago, poliisi terina buyambi wadde n'akatono bwe yamusuula, nti balina okuba nga bayiga wano ne wali okufuna ensimbi ez'okuba nti ajjanjabwa. Poliisi olwawulidde bino baba bali bakamaabe ne basukiramu nabo okulaba nga batangaaza ku nsonga eno oba omusajja kituufu byogera bituufu oba bamumanyi obanga nakigwanyiza. Olunaku olwaleero poliisi eno Elgon Region ng'etuula wano mu kibuga ky'e Mbale yesse olukuŋŋaana lwa bannamawulire nga bagenda kuba nga battanya ku nsonga eno okutubulira oba kituufu omusajja bamumanyi oba tebamumanyi oba bayogera bituufu oba si bituufu. Kakutwale butereevu mu lukuŋŋaana ono olabe abakulu ki kye boogera ku nsonga eno.
We got a disturbing kind of clip from social media about one gentleman called Busika Rogers, claiming to have been a policeman and now he's the chairman NUP of Mbale City. I can see one of our colleagues there smiling. This gentleman, what we can say about him, he worked with the police as a special police constable. As a special police constable, that was between the years of early 2000 to 2019, around there. The records are not clear. This is a gentleman who left police due to several indiscipline cases. And so many complainants, after so many complainants approaching Kampala headquarters. And that is how, you know, SPCs work on contract. His contract was terminated because of his involvement in several indiscipline cases that the administration of police could not tolerate. For someone to work as a policeman, you need to be, first of all, a disciplined person. If you really don't have discipline, there is no way you can serve in the force. Discipline is key with the force. So Busiku Rogers, I want to disown his claim. One, that he was a community liaison officer of Central Police Station, Mbale City. It is not true. Busiku Rogers worked as a special police constable, recovering 19 guns with Uganda Police Force. I mean, this is clearly, you get to know that somebody has a grudge, really, is pursuing. It is very hard for an individual to recover 19 guns. And if you recover 19 guns with the institution, then you need to be given credit. You need to be given credit. First of all, you're working with others as a team, which you cannot come and own as an individual now. of which that record, we also not sure of what he's saying. Busiku Rogers went ahead to claim that he got shot so many bullets and he survived the bullet. So he's a moving dead person. It's a moving dead person. And when he went to headquarters to claim for medical refunds, nothing was given to him. These are all still grudges that really I don't know where it is coming from. Police headquarters, police as an institution, Uganda Police Force, they are laid down procedures that if you get injured or whatever, you don't even need to make like a follow-up. They are commanders to put a claim for you, and then you get refunded. I think Busiku joined police, joined as a special police constable with a lot of hope that when he realized he could not, these false hope were not being realized, he resorted to what he is today. He made a claim of he was supposed to get a medical refund of 200 million. I don't know the yardstick, how he was supposed to get 200 million, because police could not give him a penny. That is when he decided to resign as a police constable. Is it true? Police constable. He has never been a police constable. So these are kind of outrageous claims that really he cannot sustain. If he resigned as a police constable, let Busiku Rogers show us any certificate of training. I even doubt whether he's a special police constable or a crime preventer. It is not clear, because with the kind of communications he makes, it makes everyone doubt him. I only want to say from here that I think because he could not realize the false hope that he had developed within the institution, he had to move out himself. But even if, with the nature of indiscipline, putting stones in the rice, you can easily be sorted out for that rice to be cooked. Nobody wants to get a service from that kind of person, even if he was within the force. We have still people who come to complain about Busiku, who is not even near police. We have this kind of elements who wants to associate with police. Outside there, they claim they are police officers. And I want to ask the public to be careful about people who wants to claim they are police officers, they are officers from the sister forces. Normally, contact the commanding officers around if you get this kind of person for clarification. I have a client, one of our community member, who came to complain about Busiku. Busiku is involved in land in Sironko with the church, is involved in land in Bukedia with the reverend. Is a kind of a person who is always in grudges. In our courts here, he has cases. And with the police, it is still that nature of intermeddling with the family properties of one of the late that put him off from the police. And we can't really, with police, if you're supposed to get your benefit, you go with your benefit. And he can't go and claim for the benefit outside police. If he has anything to claim from police, let him come back and claim for what he wants to claim for, other than making unclear statements outside there with the names of the institution. Corruption is one element that Uganda police is fighting. We don't condone habits of corruption. So if Busiku talks about the institution being so corrupt, it is not each and every personnel from Uganda Police Force. And I think it is the kind of Busiku who are making the institution be seen as corrupt. Those who want to associate with police and their conducts their code of conduct, their integrity, is not that of a trained officer. So we disown him, and we want to say all that claim he's making is really baseless. If Busiku has any claim to make, let him get back to police and make the claim, not in the streets of cities, and he begin making claims. Who is supposed to listen to his claim? So we believe he has agenda that he's pursuing, and we want to check the background of his claim. Calling you here to interface with you is to disown Busiku. We are not part of the indisciplined kind of. We expect citizens to be good citizens. So that kind of claim really, if you analyze it proper, shows you the indiscipline in Busiku. Myself, I personally don't know him, I don't have any grudge with him, but if there is any genuine claim to make, he should have laid it in a proper kind of channel that we would also forward to where it is supposed to be forwarded. So we disown him, and we don't encourage members of the public to listen to that kind of baseless claim. I urge members of the public to disown Busiku, because the next thing is going to come around with claims of demands that is a police officer, forgetting that yesterday he said he's a chairman NUP. Chairman NUP, fine, it is his right, but let him disown himself with the police activities and perform his duty wherever he is. And I call upon members of the public to always report, I repeat, report the kind of personators to be officers. We have got them severally. Some of them with even uniforms. So we are there to serve, and we are ready to interact with the community. In case of anything, report. We shall act. He made the claim that he's that he was a community liaison officer at CPS Mbale. He has never been one. He made a claim that he resigned as a police constable, a PC. He has never been one. Never. He has never been one. And I want you to listen from me that he has never been one. If Busiku Rogers knows that he resigned as a police constable, let him show you the certificate of training where he was trained from. He has never been one. He made a claim that he was supposed to be paid as a police constable or even promoted. I have never heard of a special police constable promoted to the kind of rank he expected. No, he served as a special police constable they worked under contracts and with good conduct. Sometimes their contracts are renewed. There are those who are working, but most of them are now being phased off. They are integrated. So Busiku Rogers worked as a special police constable, and because of his indiscipline, the force could not tolerate him. The contract was terminated.
What's your next step after school?
We are going to cross-check the claim laid by Busiku Rogers, and we have opened a general inquiry file number 33 of 2024 to help us investigate more about Busiku Rogers. And then at a later time, maybe we shall call you back and tell you who Busiku Rogers is. But for now, we disown him, basing on the claims that he laid down, and they're all false. There's nothing true about Busiku Rogers.
Yes.
Thank you. I have two. One is you put it that Busiku, because of his indisciplined behaviors, police had to let him go. Would you maybe cite for us a few of those indisciplinary cases that would have led to his laying off? And then two is there any correlation between the current situation and the unveiling of Busiku as the chairperson of the national platform? Because it so seems it is because he had been voted as chairman that he began talking all this. So that's why I ask if there is a correlation between the police as an institution, Busiku, and then the national unity platform.
I want to put it clear. Your questions, I think, wants to marry all those kind of circumstances together, which is also not right. Busiku, like any other Ugandans, have his own right, but he has no right to talk for police and then also lay lies to the public. It is why we are here. We want to disown him and say whatever claims he's making is all false. He has never been a police constable. If he has been one, let him produce the certificate. Are we together? He has never recovered 19 guns as he claimed as Busiku. Never. If he can disapprove this, let him present. Those are some of the claims. Busiku claimed that he has been a community liaison officer. Let him give us our formal way of appointing somebody, a community liaison officer. But that aside, we only want to tell members of the community that there are people who present themselves as leaders, yet they are not leaders. If by accident they are in leadership position, then you need to take them with care. Not everything that they say is of a leader. I want to tell you, basing on the information Busiku was giving, let him lead from wherever, but leave issues of police alone.
The first one.
About the case,
Yes, the indisciplinary case.
we have complainants that came from the community. The cases were investigated under the codes of conduct within the institution, and then criminally. I may not give you all the facts about that, but he has ever undergone disciplinary. He has been taken to court, and that is it. That is it. You can even see the conduct still continuing. For us, we get to know because we are trying to follow the background of Busiku. I told you his involvement in Sirongo, involvement in Bukedia. It may not end, but that cannot be tolerated by the force. Just that.
This is just something to give. The man says he received the 27 bullets and 1 grenade. Under normal circumstances, as an experienced officer, can someone remain alive with all those ammunitions?
That inside his body. No, that question would better go to him. I told you here that we deal with leaders. We should deal with leaders who are not liars. We have had our leaders, our senior leaders, talking of hate speech. We should not spread. This was an intended kind of statement. And at the end of it, he said, dead what? Moving. Is it a dead moving what?
Moving dead.
Moving.
He's as good as dead.
He is a dead moving person, which I have never seen. I have never seen. So that question can better go to him.